we've made it to Coober Pedy. We're parked under the standard Coober Pedy blower, which, you know, is a very common spot to get a photo of you and your vehicle. So yeah, we did make it here. It's a fair drive to get here. We stayed in Port Augusta before this, and good spot to refuel. But yeah, just to, you know, wash your clothes, have a shower and that before we head out here. It's pretty much one of the reasons why we came this way. And yeah, hopefully we'll check out a few of the places. I've already seen some of the underground places myself, but Sinead is keen to check them out, and hopefully we can do something a little bit different, or I can do something a little bit different this time. And yeah, hopefully we can get into a couple of the new experiences. This is Faye's underground home. It was built by her and 2 other women who built all this by hand. They dug down mining for opals and also having somewhere to stay. So basically building their home at the same time. Right here is a air hole, pretty much just a tunnel straight up to the top to have some fresh air continuously coming in. But it is quite remarkable how much they actually did down here. Well worth checking out. So what we got told was that all of this was left exactly how Faye had it. She just walked out with a suitcase full of cash, but was well regarded around town and very well known by everyone around the town site. And with all the heat in this place, it was a very unique thing to have a pool, but especially a pool underground. So yeah, very special place to be able to check out. And then once we go into here, this was the mining section, pretty much just attached to the house, but another section where she'll do a mining. Underground here, been shown around all these different spots where mining, obviously down here, it stays nice and cool down here. I think they said between 20 and 23 degrees, even when it can be maximum temp of 54 degrees up top. They use these UV lights down here. The UV lights show out any opal and the light stays in there. They use these diggers here, which scrape the edge of the wall, keep knocking down material, and then the blowers suck them up and throw them out the top, which is pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of people pretty much just live underground with the cost of power. Don't have to run the aircon so often, and just keep on adding on rooms. So you got that tunnel there, another tunnel there, and you got these other tunnels near me. Crazy. It's carrying out all the dirt, rocks and dirt. That's how you stake your claim. Tells you what direction your claim is, and then you have 4 points. And then you have all these little holes, these explosives, feed them in these holes, and yeah, blow up the sides of the wall. This is one way they would get out the dirt. They'd have this on a pulley system up the top. Apparently, this is one of the ways for these to climb out, was foot either side and work your way out. It's hectic. One of the old machines here, you see it's all being covered in dirt, all the wheels, and then this pulley system down here. So obviously all covered up. Look at these dead lizards, crazy, creepy, mummified things. We stayed at Reba's Caravan Park, which has underground camping as well, and they also have a tour that goes on in a different section where you can sort of get told about bits and pieces. But we stayed here for one of the nights, something very different. So you camp all along here. It was very eerie and dark, but well worth camping or staying in one of the rooms if possible. It was really hard to talk under here as it was so echoey and everyone had gone to bed, so sorry about the quiet talking.
What going on in this room? So all these scratch marks behind me, they are from the machine that's dug all this out for opal mining. Pretty much, yeah, got a roof and a bed. A couple of things, the only thing we've got is a hook here and a little shelf down here, so very basic. Our only airflow is through this. And through that. So there we go, we might wake up with this on top of our heads down here.
Look at how many cracks are in this wall. Sort of doesn't really put your mind at ease when you're trying to sleep and you're looking at all these cracks. Look at that. One here. And another one just at the top.
Well, good morning. The roof did not collapse. These cracks still are held on, so that's a win. These are all your campsites. This goes a fair way. You've got these lit up ones which are quite bright, then you have these real dark ones which the phone's trying to brighten right up. So how all this formed was roughly 150 million years ago. This was a part of the Great Inland Ocean, and then as that evaporated and dried up, all this sandstone started compacting layer on layer, and then eventually this has become what it is now. So there's a lot of fossilized ocean animals in here, and it just shows how much all the environments change over time. So it's quite a real super dry place now. There is definitely, besides the history in the land, there's no evidence up here of an inland ocean. Coober Pedy is best known for its opal mining, as seen on some of the TV shows. The opal mining is the largest here in the world, so a lot of people just dig all these little holes and caves and stuff to try and mine opals. There's just a big fields of big holes, but this here is now turned into a hotel, I'd say. Not really a hotel, but a campground with a couple of sections where you can sleep in 4 beds, a little few rooms and that. And all the towning section is no longer a mining section, and these have to be kept how they are, and that's why we're lucky enough to be able to sleep underground.
I spoke earlier about the UV lights being able to show up opal, and this is, you can see it here. So you shine the UV light when they glow, and when you take away the light and it still has a glow, that pretty much means it's opal. And this is my fishing UV light that I was using, just a rechargeable one. They do sell them there, but I don't know how good those ones are, so I just use this one. One thing that's well worth checking out was the Serbian church. I was very surprised how big and how good it actually is. All this was built underground into the side of the wall, and that roof would have been about 15 meters in the air. Crazy how much work they've done. I didn't really get much footage because I didn't realize how good it was going to be, so we only ended up filming stuff on my phone and didn't really turn out too good. So yeah, I was very, very surprised with how big it is, so it's well worth checking out. This is the Painted Desert. It's not far out of town, and we stopped in on our way to Alice Springs. You can drive down around further, but we just stopped in at the lookout, and then I put up the drone. I couldn't put up the drone throughout the town or anywhere else closer. This was just on the edge of town. A few different sites say some different things, but there's estimated to be around 1,500,000 holes in Coober Pedy. We made our way to a caravan park just out of Alice Springs. There was two on this dried up river and this ridgeline, and it was very nice to stay. I think it was about 10 minutes out of town. Thanks for watching the video, and join us next week when we are at Kings Canyon and Uluru.